with the second Atmos demo. We just showed you what you need to do to get the network properly up and running. You have now two systems running, Atmos BE01 and Atmos BE02. I'll minimize this. As you can see in my master in my master system, I can successfully ping the other node. I'm going to stop this now and minimize the window. I'm now actually logged in into the console of the Atmos system. Also the second node, the slave node, is very happy pinging its master node. Also there's no problem on network connectivity. I'll also minimize this one. What you see here is the configuration status of the slave node after I powered it on. After the Pixie boot, it fully installed itself. It takes a few hours, but as you can see, the installation is finished, so we're happy with that. Go back to the system dashboard of my resource management group. I can now see that I have two successful configured nodes. Okay, so our system is ready to use. So the first thing we'll do is we'll create a tenant. Since this is a very empty system, there is no tenant available, which reminds me, I'm going to take a snapshot. Okay, so we're going to create a tenant. A tenant is an area in the cloud space, in the storage cloud, to which you can subscribe and which will provide you storage. Authentication is local. If you want to connect to an LDAP, you choose remote authentication. Okay, and a tenant name. We're going to make a tenant to store all kinds of documents I have. So this will be my library. Actually, it's going to be a library in general, because I'll be having more than one subscriber to it. Not only myself, but also my gorgeous wife, my lovely children, and who knows, maybe even Cat will put some documents in there. Click submit and wait for the tenant creation. Okay, we're back. We have a library. It doesn't have a tenant admin yet, so I'm going to edit it. First thing I'm going to do is add a tenant admin. I'm going to keep it simple, and the username will be admin library. Actually, I'm going to call it tenant admin. Save. The user does not exist, so he asks me if we want to add it. Yes, of course we want to add it. The password will be password. Okay, save. Now Firefox wants to remember this. Remember it, that's cool. Once we have a tenant admin, we need to define the access nodes. That means which are the nodes that can be used to access this tenant. I'm gonna put in my whole RMG, so both the BE001 as a BE002. That will be eligible for web services. One will be CIFS and one will be NFS. I'm gonna do it the other way around. If you make them CIFS or NFS, you can connect to them in the host. There will be a MAU IFS file system. That's only visible when you make it CIFS or NFS, not if it's a web service. Okay, save. Note the IP addresses, the public IP addresses of those two systems. Okay. We don't require SSL, we don't require web services, we don't require external share secret store. So now we're gonna log out and we're gonna log in back again as tenant admin. Log out. We're now gonna log in as a tenant admin. The tenant, I believe, was library. The username is tenant admin and the password is password, which he already remembers. So now we created a tenant. Here we have the tenant name, the library. Here we have a tenant ID. We need to do something with this very long code later on. We have a default policy already specified. So we're not going to go into that now, but you need to know there's a default policy that applies. Oh, also very interesting, there's an operations log table. Anything you do on these systems is logged. That's very cool for audit trail. Okay, now we're going to edit the subtenant for the libraries. Why do we need to edit it? We need to add a user so that the library can actually be used. Okay, add a user. Now, my first user, that's gonna be me. It's gonna be Martin. No email. Add. So now user Martin can connect to the cloud storage, to the tenant. What he needs later on is a token, its user ID, and this brilliant shared key that's generated. Now, if I want to have someone else connect to the environment, I add someone else, say Creep, strange colleague of mine, add it. And now in a minute also Veep will be able to connect to the system using the token, the shared key, and his username. Okay, so we logged into the system, we created tenants, we created users for the tenants, and the next step will be that we actually are going to connect to the cloud storage using Atmos2 or GladiNet and store data in the cloud. But that's for the next video. Bye.